Today we have a special edition from TAG Heuer Formula One series of watches. This is the Indy 500 as marked by that subdial at the bottom, as well as at 11. We're going to cover that in a moment. Big thanks to Saltzmans in Rhode Island. Link in the description, as well as direct contact information to get a hold of my guy Richard there. Tell him I sent you and get yourself a TAG Heuer potentially. So there's quite a bit to offer from this brand, and the Formula series is one of the best, right? They have kind of like their main models, and this is definitely one of them. Let's get into the size of this. We'll show it on wrist, we'll show lume, and then we'll talk a little bit about that red 11 up there. So width on this thing is 43 millimeter. It is completely stainless steel watch. The lug to lug is a 48 millimeter. The thickness is 12.7. which is kind of thin for a chronograph, but that's because it's quartz. So you can see the subdial to the right over there in between the 3 and the 2. You can see the running seconds hand ticking. We'll go ahead and start that chronograph hand. You can see we have a fast running chronograph subdial down below, and then we have a 30-minute counter in between the 9 and the 10. This bezel, although it's cogged and looks like it spins, it does not spin. It is a tachometer scale for the Indy 500. The lug opening here, kind of normal for TAG to have, like, I don't know, odd, I guess technically it is an odd number, but 21 millimeter, and then this really nice bracelet tapers down to, that's 21, this tapers down to 20, and then you have a simple fold over clasp, 3 micro adjust, and yeah, it has a dive extension. I've never really understood that in the Formula One, but maybe it's to go over a race suit, I guess, but yeah, you're probably not in the car, you're probably watching the cars. So here's a look at the case back. It is a special edition, like said, so it has that logo for the Indianapolis Speedway, Motor Speedway, which the Indy 500 was a race that was born or started in 1911, hence the red 11. So pretty cool, little historical thing going on there. A 7.8 millimeter signed crown. It is a screw down crown. It is a 200-meter water depth rating on this thing. And then we can stop that chronograph hand and reset it. Nice sweep back, very smooth. Let's pop this on my 7 1/4 inch wrist so you can see what that looks like. Before we do, we get a close up of that text on that subdial. It's a really well done subdial. And then you have kind of a asphalt style texture to the dial. Let's pop it on my 7 1/4 inch wrist so you can see what that looks like. This watch is just north of that $2,000 price point, but for a luxury brand, TAG Heuer is a luxury brand, I think that's a really reasonable price. A lot of these, I say like quote luxury brands out there don't offer quartz watches, so it's very nice that TAG Heuer still offers quartz watches. There are a few other brands that also offer quartz watches, and that's I think that's a really positive thing. It does two things. One, it makes it more approachable for us heavily watch enthusiast minded people. We like the automatics, but for the quote muggles out there, the non-watch people that like really nice watches, it's intimidating. So they will probably tend to gravitate to quartz, easier to live with and more affordable. And it's nice to see brands do that for sure. Let's give this a quick blast with the UV light and check out the lume. Lume will be absent on that red 11. I think it's definitely worth it that they added that to the design. So we can do without one of the hour markers lumed, but the rest of them are fully lumed. So really nice watch. Big thanks to Saltzmans in Rhode Island for the constant support of sending really cool watches over to the channel for me to take a look at and share them with you. I'll see you on the next vid.